making our money last, making it work for us, all the things in retirement. Let me set the scene for our viewers really quickly. What's your biggest worry in retirement? If you're like so many Americans, you probably worry the most about running out of money. Many people feel unsure how to make it all last. So today, Megan Jones is here to share simple tips to help you build wealth that you can really use for the rest of your life. And I think that's what a lot of people, like I said, it's a big worry.
You're right.
We have to have the lifestyle that we want, or we should have the lifestyle we want. But money plays into that. There's no doubt. The paycheck's not coming any longer.
Right.
How do we do it?
Well, so somebody told me once, Amy, that retirement is you only signing the front of checks and no longer signing the back of checks.
Yeah.
And I thought,
it's a good analogy.
That's so true. And actually, do we even write checks anymore? I don't know. Everything's auto draft from my bank. But the first thing that we're going to look at when we start down this process is we're going to look at where are they today? What does that financial picture look like for them? And I think I kind of look at it like if you're going to get on an airplane, the first thing that you do when you go to buy your ticket is you say, where is the city I'm starting from? Kansas City, Wichita, whatever. Where is it that you're booking your ticket from? And then where do you want to go? Kind of the same thing with retirement. They're going to map a course to get you there. So kind of the same thing. Where are you today? What does it look like today? Where do we want to get to? What does it look like? And let's create a plan to help navigate and get you there. And everybody's is going to look different. Now, the framework is going to be similar. Everybody's going to be walked through our trust process. And that's you might not see it from the client's perspective or our family's perspective, but on our side, everybody goes through the same process, but it's all going to be different because it's going to be based on what is important to them. Where do they want to spend their holidays? What do vacations look like? How do they want to spend their time? I mean, if you're not working 40, 50, 60 hours a week, what are you going to be filling your days with? I know I want to fill my days with family. I'm hoping that at some point in time, I have some grandbabies. And they call me Mimi, and
We've discussed this before. We're both on the same. We
Yes.
can't talk about it. The kids, we can't have this conversation with the kids. It's just you and me talking right now.
But I want them, and I want them to come to my house, and I want them to, to fill my days. So what does that look like for you? And then let's create a plan to make sure that you can do what you want to do.
I've heard that people will spend more time planning those vacations than they will actually planning out what their successful retirement looks like.
Well, that's kind of scary.
Which kind of begs the question of why is it so important to really plan for this and set that into motion?
Well, if you want to work and you want to continue to work because you want to, that's one thing. But if you're staying in your job that maybe isn't fulfilling you or you don't love it, are you staying because you want to or because you have to? Last thing we want is to sit down with our families and to say, well, you didn't do a good enough job while you were working and you're not quite ready or you're not able to live the life that you wanted to. Retirement isn't here for you yet. I mean, those are things that we need to consider.
What would you say to someone, you kind of brought this up just a moment ago, who says to you, they're sitting across from you and they say, well, if I run out of money or if I need more money, I'll just work longer.
Oh,
Right. That same reaction is what I kind of get when I hear that.
I mean, it doesn't sound like a good plan. It's definitely not something that I would want to put in motion. I'm okay with people wanting to continue to work. I have a gentleman that came in a couple of weeks ago and he's in his mid to late 70s, still working, very aggressive in his investments because he doesn't really need them to live on. He's got enough money coming in. And if he does decide to quit working, he's got enough in his retirement accounts to fill in the gap. So he's working because he loves it. He's a professor and he's finding joy in everything that he's doing. I would much rather that be the case of why you're continuing to work in retirement versus, man, the market dropped 50% this year and I had all my life savings and now I only have half of my life savings and now I got to work another 15, 5, 10 years to get it back. That just doesn't sound like a very fun retirement to me.
I think you can see it on someone's face. If you go someplace and you see maybe someone that's in retirement age, they've either got this immense joy on their face because they're doing it because they want to.
Right.
Or you can just kind of sense that it's like, I'm here because I need this paycheck. And nobody wants to have that happen.
I think, at least for us in our job, it is much more fulfilling if we can sit down with a family and they've done a good job during their working years creating this wealth so we can get them to this point called retirement and then they're making the decisions. And again, maybe it's not full-time retirement, maybe it's working part-time, or maybe they're doing some consulting, or I have a lot of, clients that work at Wolf Creek that go back for outages because it's a really good paycheck, but they only have to work for 6 weeks. So maybe that's what you do because, again, you want to. I think everybody's a little bit different, and just understanding what their goals are and their dreams, their aspirations for retirement helps us do our job better.
And we've talked about it so often on this show, having your own control. It's one thing that you and your team do this every single day, but for someone to feel like I have control of my retirement,
right?
What a great feeling.
And I think everyone's a little bit different, but wouldn't everybody want to have some say-so and some control and just put some parameters around this is what I want it to look like, and then to have the money to be able to do it? I mean, we talked about wanting to have grandkids. I don't want to just sit at home and not be able to, I want to enjoy them. So let's take them on trips.
Let's go. All right.